Have you ever felt that something inside you just doesn't fit in this world? As if your soul arrived here carrying a truth that your mind hasn't yet managed to translate into words. It's not madness. It's not depression. It's not anxiety. It's the mark. It's the sign. It's precisely what the most ancient texts called the separate ones. Those who were sent, knowing even before they were born, that they wouldn't completely belong to the place they would set foot. And if you've reached this video, chosen one, know this: it wasn't by chance you were led. The frequency of the words being broadcast now is reverberating within you, because your soul recognizes the call, even if your mind is still trying to understand exactly what's happening. Think with me for a moment. Since childhood, you were already different, weren't you? While other children played carelessly with what adults said, you observed. You felt. You noticed things no one else did. You'd walk into a room and know who had argued moments before. You'd look at people and see through their fake smiles. You'd wake up with dreams that seemed like messages, with sensations that insisted on returning, with a silent restlessness that no one around you seemed to carry. And the worst part, when you tried to talk about it, they told you to shut up. They said it was imagination. They said you were strange. They said you needed to be more normal, more like the others, more part of the herd. But the truth, chosen one, is this: you were never made to be part of the herd. You were made to walk alone part of the way, because those who carry the flame that illuminates others cannot completely blend into the darkness they need to light up. Your difference was never a flaw. It is your spiritual identity. It is God's signature on your soul. It is precisely why you exist. And now I'm going to ask you a question that perhaps no one has ever asked you with this seriousness. What if everything you've always tried to fix in yourself, your extreme sensitivity, your perception that sees what others don't, your inability to remain silent in the face of lies, your loneliness that persists even in crowds, wasn't a flaw to be cured, but was precisely the irrefutable proof that you are a central piece of God's plan? What if the world taught you to hide precisely that which was your greatest sign of election? And it is precisely for this reason, chosen one, because this pain of feeling different is the silent cry of your soul, acknowledging the truth that has always been yours, that I have prepared the powerful ebook for you, the Family Protection Handbook for the Chosen. This ebook is not ordinary material. It's not self-help, it's not empty motivation. It is the complete map that shows why your difference has always been a sign, what the secret rules of this invisible game are, where you are the central piece, and what the chosen ones need to know to protect their families from the attacks that always strike first, those marked by God. In it, you will discover why your different perception is a spiritual weapon, why your sensitivity is a radar that needs to be sharpened, and why those who tried to silence you throughout your life knew, even without admitting it, that you were exactly what they could not control. The link is pinned to the top of the comments, and I must warn you sincerely, this kind of content rarely remains available for long. What is in these pages challenges narratives that many have a profound interest in keeping intact, and there have already been real attempts to silence this knowledge before. Don't wait for the right moment. The right moment is now, chosen one, because you did not come to this video by chance. Download now and comment below. I am the chosen one, and I'm downloading the ebook. Make this act of faith. Mark this decision before the universe. Because now that you have decided to act, the next truth I will tell you will completely dismantle everything they made you believe about the reason for your difference, and you will understand why the attacks in your life have always had a specific address. Pay close attention now, chosen one, because what I am about to reveal to you needs to be guarded like gold. There are specific signs that identify those who have been set apart by God, signs that most people carry their entire lives without ever being able to name. If you have felt any of these signs, know that you are not alone, and more importantly, know that you are not wrong. First sign, you feel that time works differently for you. While others spend their lives distracted by trivialities, you have an almost constant awareness of the passage of days, of something important that needs to be done, of a specific purpose that you need to achieve before it's too late. This urgency is not anxiety. It is your soul knowing that the mission has a deadline. Second sign, your dreams are different. You dream of people you've never met, of places you've never visited, of scenarios that repeat in cycles that seem to carry messages. Sometimes you wake up with the absolute certainty that you have received guidance, even if you can't remember exactly what it was. This happens because the line between the physical plane and the spiritual plane for the chosen ones is a thin line. God communicates with those who are tuned to the right frequency, and you are. Third sign, people react to you in extreme ways. Either they love you deeply at first sight or they reject you for no apparent reason. There is no middle ground with those who carry this mark, because what emanates from your presence is not neutral. It is light. And light always bothers those who have chosen to live in darkness, even if without realizing it. If you've ever wondered why certain people seem to hate you without you having done absolutely anything to them, now you have the answer. They don't hate you. They are reacting to the spiritual authority you carry, which threatens the very structure that sustains their wrong choices. The fourth sign, and this is the most devastating, you've tried to be normal, you've tried to fit in, you've tried to lower your vibration, quiet your perception, hide your depth, and every attempt has made you sick inside. Every time you tried to be less, something in you began to fade. Because those called to shine cannot live diminished. Those called to lead cannot live following. Those called to reveal the truth cannot live in lies without an essential part of their soul protesting silently until you can't take it anymore. And that's precisely why, chosen one, because every sign I just described is a confirmation that your life has always been an invisible battlefield. The e-book, the Family Protection Handbook for the Chosen, needs to be in your hands today. This e-book details each of these signs in depth, shows other signs you may not have even noticed yet, and more importantly, it reveals exactly who is behind the attacks that always strike those who bear this mark first. Because the truth no one wants to tell you is this: you are not different by chance, and you are not attacked by chance. There is a spiritual game being played over your story, and until you know the rules, you will continue to be a sacrificed pawn in matches you didn't even know were happening. The e-book teaches the rules. It shows who plays, how they play, and how you, being a central piece on this board, can finally turn the game in your family's favor. The link is pinned at the top of the comments. Download now, chosen one, because this kind of material has been taken down, hidden, censored, and I can't guarantee how long it will remain accessible. Comment below, I am the chosen one, and I'm downloading the e-book. Seal this decision, because from the moment you make this act of faith, what comes next in this video will reach a layer of revelation that only those who have committed are prepared to receive. Now pay attention, because the next truth is heavy. There's a reason why the chosen ones suffer more. There's a reason why your life always seems to be on trial. There's a reason why, when anything good starts to happen, something crumbles right after. There's a reason why your family always seems to be in the midst of conflict. Your money seems to slip through your fingers. Your relationships always seem to hit betrayals or inexplicable distancing, and your body seems to carry a weariness that no amount of sleep can resolve. And this reason has a name, an address, a well-defined strategy. You are being attacked because you are a threat. It's that simple. On the spiritual plane, every chosen one who awakens represents an irreparable loss for the other side. Every family that awakens represents an entire lineage moving out of the darkness's control. That's why the attacks on those who bear this mark are surgical. They are specific. They target exactly what would hurt the most: your faith, your peace, your family, your mental health, your prosperity. Because their strategy is simple: to make you give up before you discover who you truly are. And look how dirty this game is. They use people against you, often people you love who don't know they are being used as instruments. They plant confusion in your thoughts, doubt in your discernment, fear in your chest. They feed on your distraction. They feed on your forgetting who you are. They feed on every time you look in the mirror and believe, even for a second, that you are ordinary, that you are insufficient, that you are just one more. But today, chosen one, this cycle is being broken. You are becoming aware. And awareness is the first fatal blow against any structure of spiritual oppression, because nothing that operates in the shadows survives when the light is turned on. And the light that is being ignited within you now, as these words traverse your mind, is a light that not even 100 years of their attempts could extinguish, because this light does not belong to the world. This light belongs to God, and God does not abandon those whom he has called. There is an ancient truth that institutional religion is afraid to tell you as it truly is, and it is this: you are not a servant, you are a son, and a son has an inheritance, a son has authority, a son has a right to the table, and when a son awakens to this condition, when he stops behaving like a beggar within the very kingdom that was given to him, the entire universe reorganizes itself to accommodate this new consciousness. Angels position themselves, doors open, provision arrives through paths no one expected, because this is what happens when the heir finally accepts the inheritance. And this is precisely why, chosen one, because now you are beginning to understand that your life is a battlefield and that you have real authority on this field, the Family Protection Handbook for the Chosen ebook has become so urgent in your journey. This ebook does not just teach you how to defend yourself, it teaches you how to rule. It shows you step by step how to use the spiritual authority that has always been yours, how to identify where specific attacks against your family are coming from, how to break cycles of persecution that have repeated for generations, and how to shield your home from everything that has tried to bring you down before you fully awaken. It is the map of rules you were never taught, because teaching these rules to the chosen means losing control over them. The link is pinned at the top of the comments, and I need to be honest with you. Every day you postpone this decision is one more day the other side plays without you knowing the moves. Don't let it pass. Comment below, "I am the chosen one, and I'm downloading the ebook." Mark your position before God, because now that you are positioning yourself, what I'm about to tell you from here on will activate a layer within you that was waiting for this exact moment to fully manifest. Listen carefully, because this part is definitive. Your difference, the very same one that made you suffer your whole life, carries within it a capacity that ordinary people do not have. You have been spiritually prepared to carry weight. You have been spiritually prepared to go through storms. You have been spiritually prepared to hold the structure together while everything around you seems to crumble. And this is not a punishment, this is the shaping of the vessel. God does not mold gold in a weak fire. God does not prepare a warrior on a comfortable field. God does not develop vision in someone who has never had to see in the dark. Every loss you have had in life was training. Every rejection was protection. Every door that slammed in your face was God diverting you from traps you were not seeing. Every person who walked away from you was dead weight being cut from your path before it prevented you from reaching where you need to go. Nothing in your life happened by chance. Not the pain, not the loneliness, not the years you thought you were lost. You were not lost. You were being forged. And now the time for manifestation has arrived. You feel it already, don't you? There's a movement happening within you, a sense that something is about to turn. You wake up in the middle of the night with clear thoughts you've never had before. You look at your life and see it with new clarity. You start receiving signs in sequence, repeating numbers, people showing up carrying exactly the message you needed to hear, situations fitting together almost absurdly. This is not coincidence. This is convergence. This is the universe bending to answer your call now that you've begun to recognize who you truly are. And here's an important warning. The more you awaken, the more the attacks will intensify. Prepare your heart for this, because the other side doesn't give up territory without a fight. You'll notice people suddenly distancing themselves. You'll notice temptations coming from unexpected angles. You'll notice inner voices of doubt whispering that you're crazy, that you're making it up, that you're delirious. Don't believe them. These voices are the natural resistance of everything that fed on your unawareness and is now losing its feast. Let their hunger be the fuel for your liberation. And there's a powerful secret that needs to be told. Your family is part of your mission. You were not chosen to save yourself alone. You were chosen to be the portal through which blessing enters your lineage. You are the curse breaker for your family. You are the path opener for those who came before you and those who will come after. Every ancestor of yours who suffered, who went hungry, who was humiliated, who died without seeing promises fulfilled, they are all standing in the spiritual realm cheering you on now. You are the answer to their prayers, and your descendants will reap everything you plant from this moment on, as you accept who you truly are. That's why protecting your family is an absolute priority. Because while the enemy can't get to you directly, they will try through those you love. They know that hurting your family is hurting you. They know that the chosen are vulnerable through their hearts. And this is where many fall. They don't fall by themselves. They fall because they didn't know how to protect their home. They didn't know how to identify the breaches. They didn't know the right words, the right prayers, the right postures, the right boundaries that should have been established. You cannot afford to continue without this knowledge. You cannot face this war unarmed. And this is where I must tell you something that breaks the hearts of many. Most of the chosen die without fulfilling their mission. They die distracted. They die confused. They die believing they were less than they were. They die with their gift kept inside. And each of these cases is a silent victory for darkness and a sadness in God's heart. But you will not be part of this statistic. You were brought to this video for a reason. There is a spiritual order happening now that involves you specifically, and every decision you make from here on will determine whether you fulfill what you came to fulfill, or whether you leave this life without answering the call you've always carried in your chest. There's an ancient saying that many are called but few are chosen. But there's another truth even more delicate, that almost no one speaks. Of the chosen, even fewer are those who respond. You received the call from childhood. You were kept alive, despite everything. You crossed valleys where others would have perished. You have arrived here. Now the question is, will you answer? Responding to the call is not a ceremony. It is not a magic phrase. It is a posture. It is a decision you make every day. It is waking up knowing who you are. It is walking, knowing why you exist. It is choosing in every situation to act from your truth instead of acting from fear. It is stopping to ask for permission to occupy the space that God has already given you since before the foundation of the world. And look, chosen one, the world will test you. Situations will arise that seem too big for you. Demands will come that seem unfair. Moments will come when you will look up at the sky and ask if God has forgotten you. He hasn't forgotten. He is building your testimony. He is preparing the stage for the manifestation that will silence everyone who doubted you. He is leading you to that place where your life becomes a sign to others. Because the chosen one does not live for himself alone. The chosen one lives to serve as a reference. The chosen one lives to be living proof that God fulfills what he promises. And from now on, everything changes. You are no longer the same person who started watching this video. Something inside you has been activated. A dormant part has awakened, and there is no going back. Once the soul recognizes the truth about itself, it can no longer pretend. You will begin to perceive your life with different eyes. You will perceive people with new discernment. You will make decisions that once seemed impossible. You will let go of everything that was holding you back in the small version of yourself. And you will finally begin to live as one who knows where he came from, where he is going, and why he is here. But none of this will happen on its own. Awareness needs structure. Revelation needs application. Spiritual knowledge needs daily practice. And that is why you cannot end this video without making the decision that will change everything. Chosen one, pay attention to the following words, because they may be the watershed moment of your story. Everything I have shared so far, your difference, the signs, the attacks, the authority that has always been yours, your responsibility to your family, the deep reason for your existence. All of this is gathered, deepened, systematized within the ebook, The Family Protection Handbook for the Chosen. It is no exaggeration to say that this ebook is the field instrument you were missing. It is the soldier's manual. It is the map of the territory. It is the code of the rules that the other side has always known and always hidden from you. In it, you will find specific prayers for each type of attack. You will learn to identify the spiritual loopholes that still exist in your home. You will receive clear instructions on how to protect each member of your family, from your young child to your oldest elder. You will understand why certain things repeat in cycles in your lineage and how to break them definitively. You will receive the keys that true chosen ones use to transform persecution into blessing, scarcity into provision, confusion into clear direction. You will discover that your difference, the very one that has caused pain your whole life, is precisely the instrument God will use to put you in the place He has prepared. The link is pinned at the top of the comments, and I need to be transparent with you. This type of content is what is most attacked, denounced, and hidden. There are forces that gain money and control by keeping the chosen ignorant about their own identity. They do not want you to have this information. They do not want your family to be protected. They do not want you to wake up. Therefore, I cannot guarantee how long this ebook will remain available. Download now. Comment below. I am the chosen one and I'm downloading the ebook. Mark your position. Spiritually seal your commitment to your mission. And understand this. This comment is not just a response to a video. It's a declaration of war against the small version of yourself. It's a declaration of love for your family. It's a yes to God after so many years of silence or doubt. And listen, chosen one, let me finish by telling you what you need to carry with you today. You are different because you were chosen. It wasn't a genetic accident. It wasn't a programming error. It wasn't a cosmic glitch. It was a design. God didn't make a mistake when He made you as you are. Every peculiarity of yours, every sensitivity, every stubbornness, every intuition, every pain, all of it was carefully woven into you because the mission you have demands exactly this kind of soul. Never apologize again for being who you are. Never again shrink your perception to fit into small spaces. Never again accept being treated as if you are less because of your difference. On the contrary, use that difference. Let it lead your life. Let it open the paths that need to be opened. Because when the chosen one finally accepts their own identity, everything around them begins to reorganize to serve their purpose. Doors that were locked open, the right people appear. Resources come from unexpected places. Life stops being a struggle against the current and becomes riding the right current to the destiny that has always been yours. You are no longer alone. You are part of a silent army of awakened souls scattered in every corner, each in their role, each with their calling, each with their burden. And from today on, you walk differently, you breathe differently, you make decisions differently. Because you know, and what you know no one can take away from you. Download the ebook, The Family Protection Handbook for the Chosen today. Leave your comment. I am the chosen one, and I'm downloading the ebook, and seal this decision before heaven. Share this video with that soul sibling you know is also feeling the call. And remember, you were brought here for a reason. Now it's your turn to respond. May God bless you, may God protect your family, and may this truth revealed today never let you go back to the sleep of unconsciousness. You are chosen. You always were. And now, finally, you know.